If you be obedient, drop anything where you dey do and rush gather here because this video now for you. I dey greet all of you my country people. How una dey now? I dey welcome you to this segment of Wetin Dey Sup, where we dey bring to you from the kitchen of Sim.ch Asiri FM. I still be that one and only personal information chef, 042 Solex, Onye Akukowa. I know here the tori wey we carry come today. Many Nigerians don't cut rope follow Mazi Wole Soyinka. No be small thing no. I dey always tell una say this year 2023 na year of gbas. I mean year of gbagbas. So many Nigerians don't vex, they don't burst out. Say wetin dey worry Mazi Wole Soyinka sef. Dem say the man wey be Professor Wole Soyinka say na one man wey everybody been dey respect for obodo Nigeria. But say this last say dem no come understand wetin dey happen no. One Igbo Muslim guy wey dem dey call Akunna, him don scatter Mazi Wole Soyinka for internet o. No be small thing o. The guy said the kind actions wey Professor Wole Soyinka dey display these days, say e be like say e don declare. Say even that prestigious award wey him bin win for the year 1986, say na politics e take win am o. The guy still go ahead remind Professor Wole Soyinka the time wey him bin call President Goodluck Jonathan wife hippopotamus. E no end there. He still say he remember how Wole Soyinka call President Goodluck Jonathan himself King Nebuchadnezzar. He still go ahead call remind Wole Soyinka say him son wey serve as commissioner for health for Ogun State government. Say the guy scatter the health sector for Ogun State government o. Make e no be like say na me talk am and una no say too much talk no dey full basket. So e go better make you carry down your chair, come close jeje, sit down, make we chook eye for the video, make we see as the guy take talk am, make we know as he take sup for that way. Come there, Kwano.
My fraternal greetings to everyone. Today I want to talk about the incoherence upon incoherence of Wole Soyinka. Enough is enough. We've tolerated this man for a long time. It's a big shame to the literary community. Wole Soyinka, you are simply and squarely one of the intellectual idiots we have in this country. You are a man without principles, a thoroughbred and incurable hypocrite. That's what you are, and nothing less. No wonder it is argued that your so-called Nobel Prize you won in 1986 emanated from the boardroom of politics. And now it is true. Your attitude, your everything, your actions and inactions give credence to those assertions. If we want to talk about men of integrity, let's begin with your contemporaries. Are we talking about Chinua Achebe, the immortal sage and father of modern African literature? Are we talking about J.P. Clark, Africa's most lyrical poet? Or are we talking about Niyo Sundare, the scourge of tyrants? Or are we talking about Christopher Okibo, who lived and died for what he believed in? Are we talking about Gabriel Okara? Who are we going to juxtapose you with, Wole Soyinka? Those names I mentioned are names that we can all go to invoke as a source of pride and for moral inspirations. They are men who have engraved their names on the marble of integrity. Unblemished men. Men of integrity, men who are conscious of their good names, their global good names. But that is not you, Wole Soyinka. Your son served as a commissioner for health in Ogun State. He destroyed the health sector in that state, looted everything and left. He left the health sector in Ogun State in shambles. That is your own son. Which of the sons of your contemporaries are smeared their father's name in that way? Mention one. Today's government is 100 times worse than the GEJ's government. None of you came out to protest. You even wrote describing the wife of GEJ as a hippopotamus and the president himself, GEJ, as a King Nebuchadnezzar. But everything happened in this government, people like you never came out to protest. But a few days ago, you came out to call the youths fascist and talking rubbish. Please go and sit down.
Yes now, shebi you don't see that one. Another concerned Nigerian don burst out again. Him say Professor Wole Soyinka na one person wey many Nigerians bin dey look up to, but say dis last say dem no come know wetin before the man, say how the man take dey yarn these days. Him say for wetin Wole Soyinka carry mouth talk and for supporting evil wey APC dey do for obodo Nigeria, say dem dey call for the boycott of all im books, boycott of all im articles or anything wey dey celebrate im literature achievement. Make e no be like say na me talk am again o. May we chook eye for the video. Kambiakwanu.
The Prof should be a father to all Nigerians, irrespective of ethnicity, religion, party, or social affiliation. However, he has betrayed the trust of many Nigerians who before now hold him in high esteem. Yeah. We therefore call for the boycott of his books, yes! Articles and events, yes! And all public engagements, yes! That celebrate his literary achievements, which as of today do not recognize the well-being of the ordinary Nigerian. Yes,
yes now, shebi you don see that one again. I say na year of waiting, year of gbas gbos. I know say so many people go dey wonder say wetin be that thing wey Mazi Wole Soyinka carry mouth talk wey many people dey para like this for obodo Nigeria. Anyway, make I brief you wetin him talk before I go show you the video. Though I know say many of una don watch the video. Na about the interview wey the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party wey be Senator Baba Ahmed Datti grant for Channels Television when Shehu dey ask am some questions. E get one particular question wey Shehu bin ask am when e come dey answer. Shehu tell am say swearing in Bala Blue and im vice just be like swearing in Nigerian army. When Shehu dey wan close im mouth, e say no, say because say swearing in any ticket or any candidate wey no qualified for the constitutional requirements for any particular office just be like say you dey swear in the army into that office because it is unconstitutional. Na im come make Professor Wole Soyinka burst out say why Baba Ahmed Datti go talk like that. Make e no be like say na me talk am again. Make we chook eye for the video. Make we see as Baba take talk am. Kambiakwanu.
I'll repeat the question, and I'll just, if the audience would permit for me to pick the word so you can make it out clearly. I asked, going to your previous response, which part or what part of Senator Datti Ahmed's statement was unbecoming?
Okay, nearly the totality. Listen, the interviewer asked him several times. He said, what will you do if the Supreme Court judgment is against you? If the interpretation which you are offering about the constitutional aspect of this election, if it is against that of the Supreme Court and they find against you. And he kept saying, no, it's not even open to analysis. The word says and it's very clear. And the Supreme Court, in its wisdom, had better give this, in other words, his interpretation. I mean, this is trying to dictate to the supreme arbiter of the nation. Whatever you think of the Supreme Court, it is an institution we all revert to sooner or later. If not today, then tomorrow. If not about this election, maybe about the next election. But Datti kept saying, no, the Supreme Court has got, in its wisdom, to agree with me. That is what is known as fascistic language. It is not acceptable. And for me, it alienates people. It alienates even supporters. I know this for a fact. People come to me, you know how I relate to young people. I relate to those who have found certain problems with the spokespeople of this particular movement. I'm not interested in the other ones. Everybody knows the other movements. But there's a new boy on the block, as the expression stays. And many of us have been waiting for that new kid on the block. And so we have a stake in it. And wherever it seems to be going wrong, we're going to tell the truth to that new kid. And the supporters who also say they have allied thinking with us, that's all. But go and watch that tape all over again. Introduce that tape to any kind of neutral jury, members of whom don't even know anything about the Nigerian situation. Talk about body language, talk about vocal language, talk about the actual text of Dati's pronouncement. This is intimidation, and it's not acceptable. I refuse to be part of that kind of language.
Yes, now, shebi you don't see all of them. This particular statement where I wan make now, I'm very, very sorry. My apology to other professors where they represent very well, where they really work hard to change the society. But you get 3 Nigerian professors where don't do things, where make many Nigerians, they question that professorship position. Number 1, Professor Wambafo, Professor Charles Soludo, abi Professor Next to Nothing. Number 2, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, Professor Inek, una know how far now. The third one come be this man where everybody been dey respect, Professor Wole Soyinka, where even me been get maximum respect for him. But anyway, all man they said is entitled to his own opinion. It go make better sense if you chook mouth for the matter by dropping your opinion on the comment section down below. May we know what you carry for mind. And now here we go draw the curtain for this particular segment of Wetin Dey Sup. Don't forget, I still be that your one and only personal information chef, 042 Solex, Onyakukuwa, operating the oven of sim.ch Asiri FM, Kemesiano.